All right, so the midterm is the first of two formal tests in this class, and both of those will be take-home essay tests. And so you can find the midterm now. It's available. It's got its own folder under the weekly assignments link on the Blackboard site. And this will be due, as I have here, on Sunday, June 14th by the end of the day. So a little less than a couple of weeks away. And so here's what I want you to do for the midterm. So I've given you two essay questions that I'd like you to tackle. And they're both of that defend or refute style that I've been having you do in the big idea sections at the end of each week. And so what I want you to do is to write on both of these questions, and I'm asking you to pick a side, to defend or refute the proposition that I have here. And just to be clear, the trick isn't to pick the right side. I've tried to give you, just like in the big idea questions, to give you a thesis that you could either defend or refute well. You could pick either, whatever side you choose. You could find good evidence, comprehensive readings of and understandings of class material to make an argument whatever side you choose. So I myself might have a preference of, like, if I were to answer this question, I certainly would have an opinion of which side I would choose, but I want you to know I don't take that into account when I grade your answer. I'm really looking for that you are able to take a proposition and use clear evidence to either to defend or refute the proposition. That's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for your analytical skill and your digestion of course material, and you can and your ability to apply it to this question, not whether you agree with me or not. That's really neither here nor there. All right, so let me just walk through these briefly. So question number one: defend or refute the following statement using evidence from class sessions and readings. Because one of the hallmarks of the Magus or trickster hero is his ability to and compulsion to lie, cheat, and deceive at every turn, this means we should not take Odysseus at his word when he tells the Phaeacians about his own adventures in the flashback of books 9 through 12. Odysseus is the last man standing of his crew, and thus there is no one to back up or refute his claims. Indeed, because the Odysseus we see in these books is so much more heroic and so much at odds with the Odysseus that we see in the second half of the epic, it is best to read books 9 through 12 as just another elaborate lie told by the hero. So I'm either asking you to agree with that or disagree with that, and produce evidence based on everything that we've done in the class so far, particularly surrounding the Odyssey, to come up with a solid argument. So use specific evidence from the text and class to support your claims. Question number two: defend or refute the following statement using evidence from class sessions and readings. Quote: on the whole, Homer's Odyssey presents a fairly accurate picture of what the people of ancient Greece believed about their gods and how they worshipped them. The theology of the Odyssey, such as it is, matches up fairly well with the views of gods, rituals, and experience expressed in things we see in Pan-Hellenic Greek sites such as Delphi, Dodona, and Olympia, and in the creation stories of Hesiod. So here I'm asking you to consider the divine world of the Odyssey against what we've learned about the gods themselves from the Powell text and from my own lectures and our investigations of things like Hesiod's creation stories. Does that match up with Homer's Odyssey? Is it a fairly accurate picture of what the people of ancient Greece believe about their gods, or is it different? And so again, I'm asking you to use specific evidence from texts and the class to support your claims. So be as specific as you can, be as evidence-based as you can. Spend your time analyzing, not just simply retelling stories. Get right down to it. Okay, so this again, as I have up here, is due by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, June 14th. And for each answer, I would say as a benchmark, aim for about 1 to 2 pages of double-spaced 12-point font prose in Microsoft Word for each question. And then you can submit this right in the midterm folder on the course Blackboard site. All right, let me know if you have questions.